it's not just a jobs issue, it's a national security issue, and we've got to wake up as a country.
Well, Adrian admits China owns close to 200,000 acres of land in the U.S., worth close to $2 billion. And now some American leaders, they're very upset over China's recent purchase of land near an Air Force base.
The question centers around a controversial land sale between North Dakotans and a company with ties to Beijing.
Tonight, an unprecedented warning from the world's top intelligence agencies. In their first ever joint speech, FBI Director Chris Wray and his British counterpart, MI5 Director Ken McCullum.
It's interesting because, do you know how long this has been going on?
Well, interesting part is that we saw a tremendous Chinese buying activity about 5 years ago. And then since then, it has began to steadily decline. And in fact, in the past 2 years, during the COVID environment with, travel restrictions in place, we have seen a substantial decline in Chinese buyers coming into the U.S.
Amid Chinese company Fufeng's purchase of more than 300 acres of farmland in North Dakota, just 12 miles away from Grand Forks Air Force Base, a base with high-profile and sensitive drone technology. It's a move national security experts warn could make the U.S. vulnerable.
We consistently see that it's the Chinese government that poses the biggest long-term threat to our economic and national security.
The U.S. and U.K. accuse China of deploying a global network of spies to hack and penetrate governments, businesses, universities, even local communities, to steal secrets and influence public opinion.
The Chinese Communist Party is interested in our democratic, media, and legal systems, not to emulate them, sadly, but to use them for its gain.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Chinese are not just buying land in the United States, but there is a report by the USDA that since 2009, the Communist Party has actively supported investments in foreign agriculture as part of its agenda.
Is that the Chinese Communist Party, as part of their national strategy to replace us as a global power, is seeking to dominate our supply chains. They already dominate our pharmaceuticals, they dominate solar panels and wind turbines that the left are trying to push us towards, the lithium supply, and in this case, now it's our food supply. In addition to this land that they're buying up, they've also bought the nation's largest pork processing plant. They're buying up grain mills because they know that if they can win this economically, if they can choke us off with these key supply chains, add computer chips and all kinds of others on top of it, then they don't even have to worry about a military conflict.
But I also reached out to Gary Bridgeford, the owner of that land. I did not hear back, but he has been threatened by people as well as neighbors for selling that land to the Chinese. But we should also point out that Bill Gates also bought a whole lot of land in North Dakota, and he received a lot of scrutiny as well, saying, is this tied to China?
So you said Bill Gates bought land
in North Dakota, about $14 million worth of land, about 2,000 acres.
People think that Bill Gates is somehow tied to China, right?
Exactly.
So they think
a lot
that's
of conspiracy theory here as well.
Yeah, connecting
just
the
so
dots.
we're clear, different companies buying different pieces of land
Exactly.
in the same state.
Yes.
And we have no direct links necessarily to Bill Gates and the Chinese government.
No, but speculation, conspiracy theories. But the fact is, thank you, Kelsey, I appreciate it. This has been going on for years. It's just that it hasn't been reported heavily.
The biggest threat we face as a country from a counterintelligence perspective is from the People's Republic of China, and especially the Chinese Communist Party. No country presents a broader, more severe threat to our ideas, our innovation, our economic security than China. And they are targeting our innovation, our trade secrets, our intellectual property on a scale that's unprecedented in history. They have a bigger hacking program than that of every other major nation combined. They have stolen more of Americans' personal and corporate data than every nation combined.
What is the FBI doing about that?
So the FBI is keenly focused on the China counterintelligence threat. We are now moving at a pace where we're opening a new China counterintelligence investigation about every 12 hours.
But again, I'm just glad that we're getting this story out there because, as you mentioned, it's been going on for years. We just are finally talking about it.